Hey everybody, this is Ninjok here. Today I'm going to be doing a ranking video for one of my childhood game series, Mario Party. And what's the video ranking going to be about? Every game ranked from worst to best. I have a good idea of what I definitely will rank. I've played all 10 Mario Parties, and with all that in mind, before I go to the list, I just want to say I was glad I got to play all of these excellent games, but as always, this is a ranking video, so it's either the worst or the least best is last, and in this case, it's definitely going to be a worst because it's the only one I don't like. So the answer is, what is the absolute worst Mario Party? Well, ladies and gentlemen, play the drums. Oh, Mario Party 3. You're one of the most overhyped video games of all time list on my mini overhyped video games list, and for a good reason. It sucks. It's so boring. In fact, it was so bad I actually quit on turn 6. Yeah, and that was my first and only time of playing the game, and I was not even an adult yet. Yeah, you know, it sucks when my young self says, yeah, this sucks. And I was playing on my own too, and you know, through all those mini games and even the boards, which by the way I only played one, but just looking at all the boards, yeah. In general, I made the right choice. I chose them wisely. Mario Party 1. Not worth going back to today, and I know the maps are pretty boring, but however, some of the minigames are actually not bad. You know what? For the first attempt, I gotta say, I'm happy looking back at it. And while it's definitely not worth going back to now, you know what? For a first game, they did a pretty good job. It may have not aged well, but you know what? Who cares? It's the first game. That's what really matters. Mario Party 2. Big improvement over 1 and especially 3. In general, it was a very fun Mario Party N64 game. Well, it definitely hasn't aged either. However, at least I can say that it actually has some awesome mini-games and some cool stages. Mario Party 4. Now we're talking games that have got better pretty much since that game, and yeah, pretty much the Hudson Soft games just got better and better since 4, and yeah, that's where it all started to become amazing. The maps are very fun and enjoyable. I especially love that first level, that Toads theme one where we just keep going on the cups and like, you know, having that one person have to go through the beginning over and over again. I was actually that unlucky guy with my family member that had to do it like 3 times, and we were playing like a 20-round game. I was like, come on! And there was just a lot of funny moments, and of course don't forget about the roller coaster that can come here and there. In general, the maps were fantastic, the mini games were really fun, and this is the last time we had DK as a playable character because he wouldn't become playable again until Mario Party 10, but by that period and 9, that was when Hudson Soft were no longer around. But anyway, the game had a fantastic main menu that I'll show you. Easily my top 5 favorite Mario Party menus of all time on my list. But you know what's one negative, or I should say 2 negatives to this game, is the AIs are dumb. I mean, they use the item straight away instantly. Take a look. Wow, that was so useful using the baby mushroom. Great job, normal difficulty AI, or CPU, sorry I meant to say. But then there's the other negative being some of the minigames go for a little too long, which is a reasonable amount. But hey, I'm glad that they reverted back to what they've been doing since 1, 2, and 3 from that point up. So I'm happy for that, but now let's move over to another game. Mario Party Advanced. I never knew this game even existed, and when I looked at the All Mario Parties video on YouTube, I was surprised. I was like, wait, there was a Mario Party game for Game Boy Advanced? And then I even talked to my friend, and my friend said, yeah, it's actually a thing. And I looked at eBay, I'm like, oh my god, this thing's expensive. Then I finally found a copy for $49. Actually, no, my friend found it for me, and I thank him big time, even still now, way after the months later. Anyway, so the game itself, let's just say that it's amazing. Amazing, more like brilliant. The mini games are easily the 4th best mini games in the entire series. I love it that much, the entire mini games. They are so amazing, and unlike Mario Party 4, these mini games do not go on for what feels like 500 years. They actually go exactly like how Mario Party should be. Quick and easy, yada yada, we get it. But something different to this game is, instead of a board to play on, we actually go around one giant map, and we play pretty much majority of the missions. You go and find characters, and majority of them you can do with any character, except for like very few of them that require all the playable characters. I'm glad that there's only 2 for Peach, because I fucking hate Peach, but then again, I always hated girly characters to begin with. But anyway, the only tiniest negative, mind you, this is like tiniest negative, so this is only an opinion, is I don't particularly like the gadgets, but that's only opinion really, so at least it's opinion negative, unlike Mario Party 4, where that's not opinion negative. But anyway, that aside, I absolutely loved this game, and man, I want to play it more now when I talk about it. Damn, man, I really wanted to play it. No. Get back to the video, man. Back to the video. At 5th place, we have Mario Party 5, and fitting, as it is my first ever Mario Party GameCube game I ever got, and it was absolutely worth my money. It was worth my $80 finding this thing, and yep, I stayed up all night playing this Mario Party, and I had a hard time just trying to go to sleep, and I think it was like at like 1 o'clock or 1:30. No, I think it was like 1:30 the first day, and then second and third day it was like 12 something, but then it like lowered down since because I needed to go to bed and I got the hang of it. But anyway, that aside, the levels are addictive, except for 2 levels, being the Bowser level and the underwater level, which are absolutely terrible, easily in the top 10 worst Mario Party stages of all time. I'll make a ranking there, don't worry. But the other negative being to this game being that the story mode repeats its minigames way too much, and not in a good way. But that aside, the story mode is really fun. It's Bowser and Mini Bowser pretty much trying to take over all the Dreamlands, and it's up to you to save the day. Good old superhero story, or Super Mario story to be exact. That aside, the one thing I absolutely love from this game is definitely the victory thing for when you win. I mean, just have a listen.
Yes, I'm the winner.
Easily my 3rd favorite when you win Mario Party victory theme of all time. But anyway, that aside, one more thing to mention about story mode is that when you're playing story mode, you verse Mini Bowser green, red, and blue, which is the first and only time in the series that you get to verse them, but it's not the first time you actually get to see them in the series. No, there's actually 2 times altogether. No, actually, no, 3 times altogether, because there's one game past that. But anyway, that aside, yeah, it's fun versing all 3 of them, and the goal is to pretty much beat them all on each of the maps and not get 0 coins for yourself, or else it's game over and you have to redo that level again. Thankfully, there's infinite continues. That aside, to conclude everything all together, Mario Party 5 was a fantastic start for me for the GameCube Mario Party games, and I love it. Though there was 2 terrible stages, being the Bowser stage and the underwater level, which were absolutely horrible, easily in the top 10 worst Mario Party stages of all time, and also the story mode having way too little variety for the mini games, making it a not great repetitive experience in that category, while also being fun at the same time, but too repetitive at the same time. Altogether, I really enjoyed Mario Party 5, and I had a lot of great fun memories with it. But now, let's move over to number 4, because man, this time around, I have nothing bad to say from 4, 3, 2, and 1. In 4th place, we have Mario Party 7, and it's an expensive game. Gee, just good luck trying to find it cheap. I mean, I've seen it for $400 or even $380, which is why I could only play a download version of it. Fine, up next to another game that's going to be coming up soon or even later. I won't tell you when. But anyhow, Mario Party 7 is the last GameCube game in the series, and yeah, there were a total of 4 GameCube games for Mario Party. But anyhow, it's also the first game to introduce us to Birdo and Dry Bones in the Mario Party series. Not as new characters, but just in the series for Mario Party, and you unlock them. And another cool thing to Mario Party 7, which is only in this game and not any other game, is you can play up to 8 players. Now you may be wondering, how do you do it with 4 controller ports? Well, this picture that I'm going to show you is how. If you're someone like me, this is easy, but if you're definitely someone that likes to play with 2 handles on the controller, good luck. This is not your mode. But you know what is cool for the first time ever next to that is you can verse your friend in a story mode. Yep, you can 1v1 story mode, and it's the only time in the series where you can actually do it. So you can play pretty much 2 players versing each other through the entire story to see who wins. How cool is that? Man, I would like to try that out. I haven't tried it yet, but mainly because nobody wants to play with me yet. Anyway, that aside, the story mode is also the first one to have unique goals to it, instead of Mario Party 5, where you take down the 3 Koopa kids, red, blue, and green, or Mario Party 4 and under, where you pretty much just get the star and then eventually verse the boss. Now, Mario Party 7 is the first time where you do not verse a boss at the end of every stage, and it also is the first one to have unique goals for each level, so that way it's not just only collecting star the one in the same way like the main party mode, making it a very unique game, and I like it for that. And gee, the story mode is really fun. You really gotta play it to see what I mean. Much like every story of the Mario Party stories, they're always at the beginning, and what's this one about? Toadsworth is inviting Mario and friends to his cruise ship that looks something like the Titanic, but Mario Party edition. Anyway, so then Bowser, who's like somewhere, is pretty pissed that they're having a good time. So what's his goal? To ruin the day. And in every match, every 6 rounds, there's always the same certain punishments depending on how many rounds it's set for. I don't know what the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th one does, or up, but I do remember the first punishment being everyone loses 10 coins by the 6th turn, and I like this a lot, because this really does make the game interesting instead of having the one guy that plays perfectly all the time. No, this time around he gets to lose 10 coins too. Yay. Good old Mario Party at its core. Alright, I'm going to end this here short because I could talk about this game for far too long, so I'm going to have to cut it right here. To sum up Mario Party 7 altogether, the minigames are a classic, and so are the levels, characters, and soundtrack. Every single bit that is mentioned about it great is why Mario Party 7 is a big classic. Well, it's definitely a downgrade from what's coming up right now. However, it's not like an actual bad thing too. It's just more of, I just like the other one more. But anyway, Mario Party 7, instant classic. Now to the next one on the list. In third place on my list, we have Mario Party 6, a giant favorite of mine, and I can't stop playing it. Anyway, cutting this short as much as I can so it doesn't go on forever. Anyway, Mario and friends get sucked into this world where Sun and Moon are fighting over each other to see who is the best out of the two. And Mario comes up with an idea. Hey, let's play Mario Party. Yeah, I'm going to try and do that right now with my friends. I'm red. I think I'm better. I'm blue. I think I'm better. No, I'm better. No, I'm better. Here's a better idea, everybody. Let's play Mario Party. That will solve our arguments. Here's a better solution. Why don't we just kill you instead? What? Yeah, good idea. Kill him. No. 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 The theme of Mario Party on this one is Sun vs Moon, and what a fantastic choice. And you know what, something that I find pretty cool is this awesome menu. I mean, for God's sakes, it's so cool. Something nice to a little detail to this menu is that if you pick Sun or Moon, they react differently, which is so cool. And of course, if you pick Sun's side, then Sun will go to the area you selected, and Moon will go to the Moon area you selected. Such a cool little detail that makes a huge difference for me when it comes to menus. Most menus in the game, you just select the menu and that's it, but here it feels like the whole world's alive. Oh, and about stars in Mario Party, well, normally they're the usual Mario Party item, but here they also are the bank item, which are used to unlock stuff in the game, including Toadette, which was the first time she was a playable character in Mario Party. I can't forget about the victory theme without Mario Party 6's because it's so iconic, fourth favorite.
Yes, I'm the winner.
The maps make great use of night and day cycles with each map doing something different. My favourite being Snowflake Lake, where in the day it's pretty cool if it's snow weather and all the paths open, but at night some areas are blocked off by some of the Ice Cube guys from Mario 64, and also in the day the chain chomps only get 1 dice, but at night you get 3 dices if you happen to be that lucky to have enough coins. And gee, I just love this map so much for the big tug of war game. And each of the maps are all great, and honestly at the end of the day these maps are so replayable. For the first time since Mario Party 1, we do not have a story mode, which I like this solo mode where you play a bunch of mini games and then at the end try and land on the right dice number. I like this more than the actual story mode. Man, I wish this mode would return. For the first time in the whole series, it's one of the 2 Mario Party games to have the microphone, which is a really cool thing. It's actually dirt cheap. You can find it for 20 bucks or even 30 bucks. Anyway, some minigames require it, and there's also a minigame mode outside of party mode that does require it, but you can actually play them without it. A very unique thing to Mario Party 6 is during, I think it's the last 5 turns of the game, maybe last 10, but anyway, you have the option to duel someone if you land on the same space. You can fight for coins or stars. I love it to death. I wish this was a staple thing. Oh well, anyway, that aside, to sum up Mario Party 6, I know I talked about it for a while, believe me, I really enjoy this game a lot, but I have to end at some point. Anyway, Mario Party 6 is my 3rd favourite Mario Party, and it's easily the best GameCube Mario Party out of all the Mario Party GameCube games. In fact, I'll go as far as to say it's my favourite GameCube game ever made. Coming in at 2nd place, we have Mario Party DS, and I have a story about Mario Party DS of how I got the game. Short story is I was going to Disney World on my trip, and I happened to come across a store in Denver, and one of the games that was in that store was Mario Party DS. Now, I had no idea if there was such a thing as region lock or anything at the time. In fact, I only heard about it at 2011, so yeah, that was much later down the track. But anyway, so I got the game, put it on my DS Lite, and I was like, wow, I never knew that there was more than one Mario Party, and at the time I thought Mario Party 8 and DS were the only Mario Parties. I was wrong big time when I found out, like so many years later, that there were 10 Mario Parties altogether. Anyhow, so the story for the game, not my one, is that Bowser has shrunken down the main characters to a size of an ant, and now they have to play on boards that are gigantic when compared to them. All the stages are fantastic, and pretty much everything with this game is just everything I ever wanted from a Mario Party game. It pretty much is second place at pretty much everything except for 2 categories, so it's definitely second place for mini games, levels, soundtrack, and even iconic quotes and stuff. So iconic lines to the characters, and really the only thing it's not second place is where it's first place, being the story mode. It's the best story mode ever made for Mario Party, and dare I say, one of the best Mario story modes of all time. And on the other hand, it's definitely not first place or second place when it comes to the characters for who the players. I'd say it's probably like 5th place or 4th place. But other than that, it definitely absolutely nails it. They really did make a perfect run for their final game, and I'm glad that this is how Hudson Soft ended the Mario Party series. And if you ask me, and even anyone that happens to be a fan of Mario Party, they would all say this is the definitive ending to Mario Party, and I wish it ended there. Multiplayer was easily the most fun I've had, next to the #1 spot, where instead of everyone needing the game, only one person needs the game and the rest go to wireless play, and bang, you can already find all 4 of your friends there and have a blast playing all the modes. Mine's obviously the solo mode because it's solo. The items are really fun in the game. My favourite definitely has to be the golden pipe, which takes you straight to the star. And of course there is a cheap item like the stealing item, which allows you to steal somebody else's item, but at the cost of course, 1 slot in your items inventory. But altogether, to sum up Mario Party DS, the definitive ending to the Mario Party series. Now, let's move over to the #1 spot. Coming in at the #1 spot, there was no way that any game's going to beat this. Mario Party 8. Not only my first ever Mario Party, but also the best one of them all. And since then, I've been pretty much a fan of the Mario Party series thanks to 8. And the story for me goes is that in 2007, I was planning on getting a game for the Wii, because all of us definitely wanted the Wii, my family, so we were thinking of what games do we want to get, and the one that immediately sticked out from the crowd for me was definitely Mario Party 8. After seeing that trailer and seeing the flag minigame go up, I said, I want it, quote my very young self. And so when I got the game, and we immediately went to my cousin's place and we played it together, and even though I didn't win in the end, and that was my cousin, who by the way at this time was sometimes playing games, it wasn't like much later down the line where he doesn't really play games anymore. But hey, that aside, the 3 of us absolutely enjoyed it, my cousin, family member, and myself, and yeah, it was pretty much a fantastic day. Can I remind you, that was all on Christmas, the Mario Party game. My favourite stages and my favourite mini-games, really everything in this game is all my favourite. Even the mini-game modes are my favourite. Really, it's #1 at absolutely everything. It may be #3 for story mode, but that's because now I've played everything. However, you know what? Who cares what place, what goes where? Because at the end of the day, this is the best of everything. We would always play Koopa Hotel the most out of them all, and even Bowser's Circle Map, or Bowser's Space Station as I just call it. It really has the best power-ups of them all, being the Bullet Bill candy and the Bowser candy, which takes 2 stars instead of 1 star like the Bullet Bill, and the goal of that one is to take as many stars from someone as possible. Yep, it's one of the Mario Party maps where you start off with stars rather than just coins only, which is really cool. Hammer Bro and Blooper were fantastic characters to unlock, and the candies are much more fun than the usual ball things from Mario Party 7 and under. Though they're pretty cool, I will say that I definitely like 8's candy system much better. I can name my favourite minigames from Mario Party 8, too easy. My favourite definitely being the shaking can minigame, definitely is number 1. I mean, it's my favourite and it's also in the trailer, so how could I not? The second one is definitely gotta be the Boo's Mansion one, where you like shoot all the boos and then see who comes out as, you know, the ones that aren't in the mansion at the end. You get to see the losing team just get scared for their life. The other one being the cliff minigame, where you fight each other off the cliff, and then at the end, if both the team members survive, then they don't have to fight the second one. But if one of each is alive, then they have to fight at the end. The fourth one I'm going to name out of favorite minigames is definitely the racing one, because once I learned how to master it, I really liked it. As a kid, I hated it because we didn't know that you had to like let go of the accelerator. And then finally, last but not least, out of my favorite minigames being the card game where you like battle each other until whoever gets the first one to 0 loses. Mario Party 8 easily has the best minigame mode of them all, just no question. Altogether, Mario Party is the first time I ever 100%ed a Mario Party game ever, and though it took from 2007 to now, it was well worth my time. So what can I say as the final thing? Easy. This is the best Mario Party of them all, and absolutely worth your time. Mario Party 8 is easily the best Mario Party ever made. And there you have it, everybody. There is my list for all the Mario Party games ranked from worst to best. Lots of fun I had with this one, and big thanks to somebody I know on Discord who recommended me that. Thank you so much, man. This was so much fun. After all, it makes sense since I got to finally play all 10 Mario Parties, which for the longest time I used to think 8 and DS were the first 2 Mario Parties, but nope, they were the last 2 Mario Parties ever released from Hudson Soft. And man, Hudson Soft did a fantastic job looking back at all their games. Anyway, that aside, I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you all so much for supporting me through all the years, to everyone who has supported me on this channel, and even thank you all that have been watching this video so much. And it's been a fantastic ride, and I had a lot of fun making my YouTube videos, but unfortunately I gotta move on to my next journey, which I know exactly where to go. But anyway, thank you all so much for spending the time, and I will see you all